Hey guys, that time of the year. Time to pick our top 10 favorite. Hello everyone, welcome back to another and probably the final video of 2024. I can't believe it's end of the year, it's almost 2025. And today I'd like to make a video of my top 10 favorite plants of 2024. And I've said this in the past, my favorite usually changes. It's really depending on the plant and how they grew that past year. Some of the plants could be obvious because I've posted them probably a lot on my Instagram, but that just means they've been growing really good, and that they're my current favorite. All right, let's get started. Number 10 is my Monstera aurea. This is the yellow variegation Monstera, so it's like the Monstera albo, but this one, instead of being white, this would be the yellow. I've always loved this plant. My goal is to grow this as big as my Monstera albo, but I've always had a problem with yellow variegation, and not just with Monstera, like even like Florida Beauty, the variegated bipan, or the horsehead, or even like the syngoniums. I've always had problem with yellow variegation. They tend to burn like easily, more than the albo. It's easy to get browning with the yellow variegation. I'm not sure why. From my experience with these kind of plants, they either turn all green or they turn all yellow. So, but this one so far is doing well. I've cut this plant into two so that there's actually two plants in there. The other one doesn't have growth point yet because it was turning all green. So I cut all the leaves again, and I think there's a growth point. I'm just gonna try to zoom in. I think that part is on the variegated section of the stem, so I think it's gonna be a good color. This one's a really pretty leaf. When it gets a lot of yellow like this, it's kind of scary because there's a chance that it might brown. This one is more green than the rest, but at least it's like even, so it's not gonna like brown like easily. So yeah, I'm really hopeful. I think it's growing well, and it's rooting really good. With variegated plants, you know, you just want to take care of the roots. You want to make sure the roots are healthy. You know, healthy roots will give you healthy leaves. But yeah, this is my Monstera aurea. Really happy with this one. I can't wait for it to start fenestrating, which I'm hoping soon because it's got a lot of roots and it's attaching to the moss pool. So I think it's gonna start fenestrating soon. So, all right, number 9 is my variegated golden dragon. It's been a while since I've shown this plant because it wasn't doing well for a while. It suffered from root rot, so I kind of like had to like start over. But it finally doing well. It's producing like half moon. So it's not really, it looks yellow, but they would eventually fade into like white. So yeah, it doesn't brown like the Monstera aurea. I mean, it can, but not as fast as the Monstera aurea. And it's rooting really well, so I think it's finally doing well. But like I said, it suffered from root rot. So I had to like cut it and kind of like start over. I don't know if you can see the circles on the leaves. I know they're harmless, but it's just kind of annoying. They're like sticky drops that get stuck in behind the plant. Let me see here. And then they leave the mark. So it's harmless, but it's just kind of annoying. So if anyone has tips on how to avoid these, please leave them in the comments for me below. But I know they're pretty common with philodendrons, but with just golden dragon, they're just, I don't know how to get rid of it. It's digging into the moss pool, so I'm hoping for a lot bigger leaves because these plants tend to get like really big. Yeah, but pretty plant. So I'm excited for next year. I can't wait to grow this really big. I just really need to make sure I take care of it. But roots are healthy, so I'm pretty, yeah. All right, next, number 8 is my Florida Beauty. Just like the Monstera aurea, like I've had problems with Florida Beauty in the past, and for some reason they just tend to like turn all yellow or just all green. It's hard to find one with like balanced variegation, but this one seems to be doing so well. I don't know why the leaves are all facing down. I've noticed that it's not as popular these days. I feel like they're not considered rare or expensive anymore. You can find them like a pretty affordable price. But for some reason, like I don't see them often now. So I don't know if people just don't like it anymore. But I think it's such a pretty plant. I think it's one of those that I will always have in my collection. So yeah, it's such a pretty plant. Like as much as this is really pretty, like this half moon, I like the splashy, like these type of variegation. But yeah, it's holding on to the variegation. It's not browning us crazy, so I'm really glad. So I think it's doing well. I need to make more moss bowls with clear backings. My plants tend to like grow roots better, but it's just so hard. It's just so annoying to put the clear plastic sheet in the back. Yeah, I have a video of how I made this type of moss bowls. I'll try to link them down below. It works really good. Like you'll see like a lot of roots, but it's just kind of annoying to make. I don't know, I feel like I need to come up with something that's something much easier. But I mean, you'll see like the roots right there. Like it's growing into the moss bowl, which is good. But yeah, I'm also really bad at watering my moss bowl. What I usually just do is just every watering, like either in my sink or my shower, I would just pretty much like hose down the whole plant and soak the moss bowl, so that every watering the moss bowls also is like gets watered. And it seems to be happy, doing well. And roots are good. It's starting to get root bound at the bottom, but it can wait. I'll wait like springtime to repot this to a much bigger pot. It seems to be doing well right now. All right, next is an Anthurium. I don't have a lot of Anthuriums on my list today. Most of my Anthuriums are still kind of small, so there's only quite a few that I really like. But this one is a dark form AOS crossed with papilliminum. This one has always been a favorite. Ever since I got this as a seedling, small seedling, it's just been really easygoing. Never threw a fit, never had a problem. I've never had a problem with this plant ever. Roots always been like healthy. When one time when I switched all my Anthuriums to 3 ferns, almost all of my Anthuriums suffered root rot. This is one of the few that just didn't even care. It's hard to like capture it on video, like how dark and how shiny and the sheen of this plant, like it's hard to like capture on video. The sheen is just crazy. It's currently flowering, so I don't know. I can't decide yet what I'm gonna do. And this one also tend to hold on its leaf, all of its leaves. At one point this had like 5 leaves. This is such a pretty plant. You can see like both parents, like the Ace of Spades, the darkness of the Ace of Spades, and then you can see the papilliminum shape. So it's like a really nice Anthurium. This is just a really nice hybrid. Healthy roots. But this is one of my bigger Anthuriums. Like I said, most of my Anthuriums are small. But this one is it's just pretty, like especially this leaf. Next on the list is my Hoya linearis that is actually flowering. This is my first ever Hoya bloom. We've been following for a while. You know, I've been wanting to have Hoya bloom. and it finally bloomed. I just posted a video on my Instagram about this plant. It actually happened the day before Christmas. I just remember I woke up, went to the plant room, and I just like walking around, and I literally saw the flower. I don't know how I missed it. Because I think it's just one bloom, so I didn't notice that it was growing a flower. You have no idea how excited I was that morning. But anyway, this is my Hoya linearis. I can't really show. It's doing much better because I had to move it. It's getting better lights now. The top part is getting like a little bald. Like I said, this is my first Hoya bloom. It smells really good. I get it now. People talk about like the Hoya, how it smells like really good. But yeah, it smells really good. I love this linearis. Like I don't own a lot of Hoyas. I got rid of a lot of my Hoyas, and I just kept my Hoya linearis because this is, I don't know, such a pretty plant. I don't love hanging plants. Not into Hoyas yet. Like I don't own a lot of Hoyas, but the Hoya linearis, I will forever love a Hoya linearis. The top part is getting bald. I'm propagating like a few cuttings of this one. My plan is when I repot it, I'm gonna add more so that it'll get fuller again on top. Hoya linearis is easy to prop. I usually just take cuttings at the bottom. I just put them in water and wait till it roots, and then I would just dig a hole and add them on top. So that it's like, it looks fuller. But I'm gonna wait till springtime when I repot this. But yeah, this is my Hoya linearis. I still can't get over how I finally got a bloom. It smells good. All right, for my next one, I have to stand up because it's pretty big. All right, number 5 on the list is my Monstera albo. Probably one of my biggest plant. I can't get into the frame. Been growing like crazy. It's in a really large pot, and look, you can see all the aerial roots. And then you can see how I just direct every aerial root back into the soil. So like this one, when it gets long enough, I would just guide it into the soil so it'll grow roots. So that way you're kind of air layering it. But yeah, it looks cleaner that way instead of just like hanging around. But yeah, it's kind of heavy, but you can see all the roots, super healthy. Keep hitting the ceiling. This is the newest leaf. There's already the secondary fenestration. This is like the small form, so I don't know if it's gonna get like really big leaf. But either way, like it's beautiful. Like it's climbing up. Looks like a Monstera albo tree. Like I wish I can display it more in my living room. Like I would love it for it to have like an actual space in the living room where like people can like really see it. When it reaches the top of the moss pool, I'm probably gonna air layer it and then just kind of start over. Next on the list is, it's always been my favorite, but it's been quite a journey. My Philodendron melanochrysum. So let me just back up again so you can see. So this is obviously the older leaf, and this is the newest leaf. But there you go. I think you can see it. I've always loved Philodendron melanochrysum, but it's been so hard like getting them to this big. I actually didn't. I kind of like bought it like big already, but this is the first leaf that I grew. Currently air layering it because I was gonna cut it, but I think I'm just gonna keep it here because it looks. I thought it would look bare at the bottom, but honestly, because the leaves are so long, so it looks fine right that. Yeah, it's been quite a journey because it's been I've tried so many times. I've bought so many melanochrysum. They're just hard to size up. So this is my other melanochrysum. I thought this one was gonna size up because I made it a moss bowl with the clear plastic sheet, and it's actually growing tons of, like, a lot of roots into the moss bowl, like a lot. So it's like, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's like tons of roots. So I thought this plant would like size up, but it's not sizing up. Like I think this is the biggest leaf of this plant, and this is the newest leaf. So it's not compared to this one. So it's not, it's got a long way to go, but they're just hard. Philodendron melanochrysum, probably one of my favorite philodendron. It's this and my Philodendron glorious, but my glorious not doing well right now. It has like one leaf, and it's still kind of small, so we're starting over maybe next year. But this one, I'm just so happy that I finally have a large leaf melanochrysum, because it's always been a dream. It's always been a goal to have one like this, and surprisingly easygoing. I've heard other people say that melanochrysums like can be finicky, but so far this one has been okay. Like, it's definitely dropped the older leaves, like it dropped the older leaves, but this one is one of the original leaf, and it's still holding on to it, so it's doing pretty amazing. So I'm really glad that it's doing well. And there's already a new leaf coming. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe I'll wait till the new leaf comes and then I'll cut and then plant it in with its separate pot and separate moss pool and start over. But yeah, I don't know, it's amazing. This is pretty amazing. This is pretty, I'm really happy. This plant makes me so happy that I get to see it every day. It's pretty crazy. This is definitely climbing up the top 10 list. Who knows, it could be #1 eventually. But yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. Okay, next plant is my caramel marble. My caramel marble was #2 last time I made a top 10 list. Still one of my favorite, but I'll put it #3 right now. It's hard to like record it. But yeah, it's still growing like crazy. And this is the newest leaf. Definitely pink. I think it's just because it's so close to the grow light, but the pink is definitely from the grow light, because it's definitely close to the grow light. I'm sure you've seen it on my setup. It's easygoing, and it's growing more roots into the moss bowl. Can you see that chunky arrowroot into the moss bowl? I don't even want to open the bottom because I'm sure there's tons of arrow roots there. But yeah, this is my caramel marble. I mean, you've seen this before. I've posted this a lot. This is TC, by the way. This is tissue culture. I have another video of everything about my caramel marble. This is tissue culture. I know it's kind of hard to believe. I know it's like in the plant community, like they tend to get looked down upon. Honestly, I was really happy I got tissue culture because it was much more affordable back then. And the prices of caramel marble are definitely going down thanks to tissue culture. So more people can grow caramel marble because it's a really nice plant. This is also another plant where I would love to display this in somewhere in my living room, like a statement piece, just because it's such a really nice plant. All right, #2 on the list is my Variegated Billietiae. This took the caramel marble spot. This used to be #3. For the longest time, I feel like I've been playing favorites with my caramel marble. I feel like it's been living behind the caramel marble shadow. I feel like this year, this Variegated Billy, it just grew like crazy. I feel like, I mean, it's been really nice since the beginning, since I first got it. This one is not TC. The last few leaves have just been crazy. Like, it's like half moon. And then like, look at that leaf. And this is the newest leaf right now. It's still hardening. But yeah, like it's just so many leaves. And then look at just the, I mean, I put a little mini moss pool in there, but it literally just kind of took over it. Variegated Billy is growing way better than my caramel marble as far as like variegation, as far as the size. So far I have no issue with this. My caramel marble, I've had a few brownings for the first time. Like I've had it for a couple of years, never had issue with browning, but this year some of the edges started browning, so I had to trim them. But this Variegated Billy never had any kind of blemish or any browning. Yeah, never had issue. I gave all my attention to my caramel marble for the longest time that I don't know, I didn't show a lot of love on my Variegated Billy, but I feel like it deserved to be shown more often now. Just crazy. And last, and my number one plant of 2024 is my Variegated Red Congo. I just love this plant so much. It was number one last year, so it's the reigning champion this year of 2024. I don't know what else to say with this plant. It's just, I just love the Red Congo, like even just the non-variegated one, the regular Red Congo. I love that plant. I love how it grows. I love how the leaves are like super leathery. So it's not like pink like the Pink Princess. I don't know, it's just much better. So this is the newest leaf. And sometimes it throws like all green with like a little like speckle of variegation. And it's fine because I feel like that adds to the beauty of the plant. I mean, not all green, because like look at this. Like look at this leaf, especially this leaf. If you look at it, it's it's like green, but if you look at the back, there's actually like pretty variegation in it. So yeah, like look how like even this one, like how little variegation it has, but I don't know, I think it's like really pretty. The back is just insane. And it's rooting well. I gotta repot this soon too. And super easy going so far. All right, there you have it. That's my top 10 favorite plants of 2024. And before I end this video, I just want to say thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you for watching all my videos. Thank you for all the support. I started making videos this year in 2024, and I'm super thankful for every single one of you that's supporting my channel. Thank you so much. So the goal for 2025 is to make more videos and try to be more consistent in posting. So thank you once again. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are having a really good holiday, and I will see you guys next year. Bye guys.